Hello everyone, I'm Pravash and you are watching Engineer's Fate. In this video, I'll be discussing all those get questions regarding static indeterminacy and kinematic indeterminacy of truss. I'll be also discussing the stability of the truss, and I'll be also discussing all those important things that can be asked only for exam point of view. So before discussing the things, I'll be discussing two important things. So do you know what is a pin joint, and do you know what is a rigid joint, and what is the difference between a pin joint and a rigid joint? So just see these two pictures that I have given in the slide, then we'll start our discussion. So let's proceed. So first I'll be discussing about the pin joint. So this is the pin joint, and let's discuss about the pin joint. So you can see this is a frame, and the beam of this frame and the column of this frame is connected with a pin joint. This is a representation in a paper. For analysis purposes, we represent the pin joint like this in a paper. But in actual or in practically, how this pin joint looks like means, you can see that this is a gusset plate. Gusset plate you have read in steel structures. So just assume that. So this is a gusset plate, and this is a beam is connected with a single pin or a single rivet, and this column is connected with a single pin and a single rivet, and both beam and column lie in a same gusset plate. Do you understand this? So this representation is called as a pin joint. Okay, and alternately, if I connect both beam and column with a single pin or a single rivet and they both lie in a same gusset plate, this representation can also be called at a pin joint. I hope you get this. Now let's come to the next part. Suppose this frame or this structure undergoes some loads and or deformations. So if this structure undergoes some load or deformations, so how this pin joint deformation will occur? So both beam and column will deflect, though this is a pin joint. So if load comes, both beam and column will deflect, and the deflection angle or rotation of beam will be theta 1 and the rotation of the column will be theta 2. But the both rotations will be different. For a pin joint, if the structure undergo some load or the structure undergoes some deformation, both rotation of beam and the rotation of beam and the rotation of column will be different. So the rotation of the beam is theta 1 and the rotation of the column is theta 2. So theta 1 will not be equal to theta 2. So both members have different rotations. So in this case, you can see I have write the thing with what I have just told you. So now let's come to this. This also, the single pin is connected with a beam and column, and they both lie in a same gusseted plate. So the point to note for the pin joint is that pin jointed members can move, but independent rotation means rotation will not same. Means suppose the structure undergoes some deformation, so the rotation will occur. This is a rotation of beam, so rotation can be theta 1, and this is a rotation of the column, that is the rotation will be theta 2. In this figure also, if the structure undergoes some loads or the structure undergoes some deformations, the both beam and column have a different rotation. I hope you get this. So this is a pin joint discussion. So the point to be noted that the pin joint members can move but independent rotations. Independent rotations means the both beam and column have the different rotation, and theta 1 is not equal to theta 2. So first note down this. So now let's discuss about rigid joint. So you can see this is the structure of frame, the beam and column together connected with rigid joint, and the angle between beam and column should be equal to 90 degree. If both beam and column are together connected with a rigid joint, the angle between beam and column should be equal to 90 degree. So this is a representation in paper, but actually how the rigid joint looks like. So you can see the same beam and column together connected in a same gusset plate and connected with more than one bolt or more than one ripet. This is the point to note. Or the representation of rigid joint can be like this: the both beam and column together connected with the help of welding, means both beam and column together connected and then later welding has done. So this is the representation of rigid joint. Let's discuss further if the structure undergo deformation or undergo some external force. So you can see the structure will deflect, but the angle between the beam and column should be same, that is 90 degree. And if the same amount of deflection will occur in the beam, the same amount of deflection will occur at the column. Means if beam is deflected or rotated at an angle theta, the column will also be rotated at an angle theta. So change in angle before rotation, that is change in angle after rotation. And the one more point you have to note, rigid joint rotation is dependent, means member will rotate in a same manner. Means if the deflection or deformation occur at the beam, the same nature, the same deflection and the same rotation will occur at the column. I hope you have understood the difference between a pin joint and rigid joint. So I request you, please pause this video and write the whole things, so this can be asked in interviews. Also this will help me to tell you about the pin joint and rigid joint things later I'll be discussing in this video. So pause this video and write down the things which I have written. So now we will discuss degree of static indeterminacy of trusses. So first one is degree of static indeterminacy of pin jointed truss, and it's also applicable for pin jointed frame. So ds, degree of static indeterminacy, ds equal to m plus r minus 2j, and this is for plain truss or plain frame, where m equal to number of members, r equal to number of reactions, j equal to number of joints. And external static indeterminacy E equal to F minus U. This thing I have clearly described in my static indeterminacy video, for second video I think, and I think you are watching my video in a sequence because I am interrelating the things. I am interrelating the things to make the things easier. So that's why I am telling. So here the internal static indeterminacy is slightly different, means internal static indeterminacy I can find it by subtracting external static indeterminacy from degree of static indeterminacy value. This thing I have written because to make the thing simpler while solving the GATE questions, it will be more clear to you. So this first part is very important, and if nothing mentioned in the question, just you have to see the diagram, and if nothing mentioned in the question, just assume the first condition, that is for pin jointed truss, plain truss, or pin jointed frame, plain frame. Assume this condition only. So next move further, ds equal to m plus r minus 3j if in the question it is mentioned that it's a space truss or it's a space frame. And let's find ds for rigid jointed frame, and for rigid jointed frame ds equal to 3m plus r minus 3j, and ds equal to 6m plus r minus 6j for space, this is for space, and this is for plane. And I like to tell you, this is a very easy thing. Just you have to remember the things, remember the formula, and you have to see the question and you have to find the answer very quick. So just note it down, then we'll discuss further. So now we'll discuss degree of kinematic indeterminacy of trusses. So the first condition is for pin jointed truss, and it's also applicable for pin jointed frame. And first condition is also very important. If nothing mentioned in the question, you have to assume that pin jointed truss and for plain truss, or pin jointed frame for plain frame. So dk equal to 2j minus r, j equal to number of joints, r equal to number of reactions. So the first part is always very important. You have to view the diagram, and while discussing the gate questions it will be more clear. And for pin jointed truss and pin jointed frame, for pin jointed space truss or for pin jointed space frame, so kinematic indeterminacy dk equal to 3j minus r. This thing you have to remember. So let's find degree of kinematic indeterminacy for rigid jointed frame. So here dk equal to 3j minus r, this is for plane, and dk equal to 6j minus r, this is for space. So nothing is to worry about. You have to just to remember these values, and we'll use these values while solving a question. But you have to remember this very important thing. So note down this thing, then we'll discuss the stability. So now we'll discuss stability of the truss. So first we'll discuss external stability. So we'll discuss external stability of the truss. So to a structure to be externally stable, there must be minimum of 3 reactions, and these 3 reactions must be non-parallel, and these 3 reactions must be non-concurrent. You can see that's what I have written there. Concurrent means reactions are meeting at a point. So to a structure to be externally stable, there must be minimum of 3 reactions, and these 3 reactions must be non-parallel, and these 3 reactions must be non-concurrent. So we can discuss this example. So you can see this is a reaction 1, this is a reaction 2, and this is a reaction 3. So this structure has minimum of 3 reactions. These 3 reactions are parallel. Okay, these 3 reactions are parallel. So the structure is geometrically unstable. So what will happen if if reactions are parallel, there will be rigid body translation. So this is a geometrically unstable structure. So what happened? Rigid body translation. So let's discuss this example. Okay, so how many reactions are there? This is a reaction, this is a hinge support, number of forces equal to 2, or reactions are 2. This is a roller support, there will be 1 reactions. So if you observe these 3 reactions are meeting at a point, means suppose this is a point, these 2 reactions are meeting at this point, and these reaction will also meet at this point. I hope you get it. So if someone will apply a load, the structure will be unstable. So if reactions are concurrent, there will be rigid body rotation. So this is also unstable. What will happen? Rigid body rotation. So I hope you have understood these 2 examples, and I hope you have understood this thing. you just need to remember this thing, and you have to apply in the questions. So please note it down. So now we'll discuss internal stability of the truss. There are two cases of internal stability. So we'll discuss the first case right now. So according to the first case, to a structure to be internally stable, for a truss to be internally stable, the internal member forces must be non-concurrent. Okay, I hope you get this. Internal member forces must be non-concurrent. If internal member forces are concurrent, there will be rigid body rotation. So member forces are concurrent means it is a sign of internal instability. So let's understand this example. So you can see this is an example and this is internally unstable. So why this is internally unstable? So you can see so these internal member forces are meeting at a common joint. These internal member forces are meeting at a common joint. That's why it's a internal unstable. So to make this structure stable, what should we do? To make it internally stable, so this is a hinge support, this is also a hinge support. So we have to make it internally stable. So how we can do it? So I hope you can get it. And now the member forces are not meeting at a common point. You can see, and this is a stable structure. So please note it down, and I hope you have understood this thing. So this is a unstable structure and this is a stable structure. So note down the first case. So now we'll discuss case 2. So according to case 2, the shape of the truss should be triangular. In interview they ask this question, why the truss is designed as a triangular shape? Because the triangular shaped truss is stronger and the triangular shaped truss is better at distributing the loads. So you can see I have written that the design of truss should be triangular shape. Triangular shape are stronger and better at distributing load on them. So suppose you can see this is a question. So you can see this is unstable. Why this is unstable? You can see this is a rectangular shape. To make it stable, what should we do? We just make it a triangular shape. So this can be stable. I hope you understood this. Please note it down. So this is a question asked in GATE 89. Those who regularly watch my video, they know that if a question comes, you have to pause the video and you have to try to find out that answer. So I hope you have tried this question, and this is of 1 mark asked in GATE 89. So let's find ds for this structure first. So this is a structure and this is a pin jointed frame, and ds for a pin jointed frame equal to m plus r minus 2j. So how many members are there? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. How many reactions are there? Reactions are, for a hinge support, reactions are 2, and for a roller support, reactions are 1. So 2 plus 1, that is 3. So how many number of joints are there? Minus 2j, 2 into, so joints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So dA is equal to 11 plus 3, that is 14, minus 16, that is minus 2. So if dA is less than 0, we call it as a unstable structure. So the structure is unstable. So in my first video, in my introduction video, I have taken a video, structure versus mechanism, and I hope you have watched that first video. In that video I have told that unstable structures are called it as mechanism. Unstable structures are called it as mechanism. And this is option D. So try the next gate question. So this is a 1 mark question asked in GATE 2016 and decay is asked. So what is decay? 2j minus r. How many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So j equal to 7. So 2 into 7, that is 14, minus r. How many reactions are there? This is 2, this is 1. So 2 plus 1, that is 3. So decay equal to 14 minus 3, that is 11. Option A is correct. So note this down and try the next question. I hope you have tried this question. This is not the exact gate question. I have done some modifications. Let's try to solve this question first, then we'll solve the exact gate question. So ds and decay is asked, so let's find ds first. So we know this is a structure and this structure is known as pin jointed plain truss. Pin jointed plain truss. For a pin jointed plain truss, ds equal to m plus r minus 2j. So what is the number of members? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 number of members. And reactions. Reactions, we know that this is a hinge support, means 2 here, and this is also 2 here. So 2 plus 2, that is 4. Then let's find number of joints. So joints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 9 plus 4, 13 minus 12, that is 1, means it is indeterminate. ds equal to 1 means it is indeterminate. So next we will find decay. So what is decay? Decay equal to 2j minus r. So joints are 6, so 12 minus number of reactions are 4. So 12 minus 4, that is 8. So for this question answer is this is 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means option C is correct. So I have what I have told you, I have done some modification in this question. So what was the gate question? The gate question was like this. So gate question was exactly like this. Just what they did, they just add some additional members. They just add some additional member this was the gate 2000 question and one additional member also here. So I hope you can solve this question. You can solve this question. So here how many members are there? Members will be plus 3 more members, means members will be 12. And how many reactions are there? Reactions 2 plus 2, that is 4, plus 2 here, that is 6. And how many number of joints are there? So joints will also increase as 3, that is 9 number of joints. So you can find ds and you can find dk. So I hope this thing is clear. Try the last gate question. Last gate question is asked for 2 marks and it's a very good question. So we'll solve this last gate question. So this is the figure given in the question. So the point to be noted that this is a whole member and this is a whole member. This is not a joint. The both members are crossing each other. It's not a joint. This is also not a joint because the both cross members are crossing each other. So this is a whole member and this is a whole member. Both members are crossing each other. This is not a joint. So let's find ds. So what is this? This is pin jointed plain truss. So ds for pin jointed plain truss, that is m plus r minus 2j. So how many members are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 2, that is 9. 9 plus 2, that is 11. Plus how many number of reactions? So 2 here, 2 here, 2 plus 2, that is 4, minus how many number of joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I hope you got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not a joint. So what is ds? 15 minus 12, that is 3. So in this question he is not asked the ds, he is asked the external determinant or internally determinant. So how to find the external determinant? I have told you E equal to F minus U. So what is F? F equal to 2 plus 2, that is 4 number of forces, minus U equal to number of equilibrium conditions, that is 3. So E equal to 1 here. So we have find out the external indeterminacy. So next find internally indeterminacy. So what is the internally indeterminacy? I have told you I equal to ds minus E. So ds equal to 3 and E equal to 1, that is I equal to 2. So now you can match the options. So option P is called as externally determinate, that is false. P is false. Q is externally static indeterminacy, that is 1. So this is correct. So Q is correct. So E equal to 1 we have find out. So R equal to externally static indeterminacy 2, this is wrong because E equal to 1 we have find out. So internally determinate, so S equal to also false. So T equal to internal static indeterminacy, that is 1, that is also false. Last option is correct, that is internal static indeterminacy equal to 2. So last option U is also correct. So Q is correct, U is correct and everything is false, and the correct answer of this question is option A. So I hope you have understood this question. Please note it down. So I have discussed all those concepts. Then after the concepts I have solved all those gate questions asked in the gate regarding the truss, ds and dk. And I guarantee that you can't find these concepts anywhere. These are my own build concepts. I try to solve the question in my own way very easy way. I try to discover the easy way, and this is the easiest form. You just need to remember small things and just need to understand small things which I have described very well, and I hope you have catched that and you have understood that. And this is the end of our video. So I hope this session is very helpful to you. We'll meet in our next video. Thank you.